I noticed that a few people had problems with Word Level 2 Chapter 1 Skills Check A1, so I thought I would go over this one as well. And when I launch this, we're going to go through that same process we always go through. So the first task that you have is to select the questions below Technology Information Questions and then change that to a check mark, that bullet to a check mark. So easy enough for that one. Next step. This one is probably the more difficult concept for lots of folks, probably because you have to really look at all the details that you're trying to do. So beneath Information Systems and Commerce, we're going to select all of that text and to the end of it here. Make sure you don't go any further than that. And what we're going to do is define a new multi-level list. So when we go in here, we're going to define new multi-level list. And then it gives us the details for each of these levels. Now when you look at this box up here where it says number 1, what that means is the first level. It doesn't actually mean the number 1 unless that just happens to be the number that you're using for that level. If you click on 2, that's the second level, and then 3, that's the third level, and so on down like that. So for level 1, we want to make a little change on this one. It's still going to be 1, 2, 3, but instead of having it followed by closing parentheses, we're going to change it to a period. And then we want to make sure that it's aligned at 0 inches and 0.25 inches. So that is located right here and right here. Alright, so let me go down and look at my next step. Level 2, insert capital letters A, B, C followed by a period, and then we also have the alignment information there. So I'm going to click on level 2, and then I'm going to change this to ABC, and then I'm going to replace that parentheses, closing parenthesis, I guess you say, with a period. Alright, and it is aligned here at 0.25 inch and is indented at 0.5 inch. Alright, and then the third level that I have here, so I'm going to click on level 3. It says that it inserts Arabic numbers, each followed by a right parenthesis. So on this one, we're going to change that to 1, 2, 3, and look, that already has that parenthesis there, so we're good with that. Also, we want to check the alignment, 0.5 inches, and the indentation is at 0.75, so we're going to say OK to that. Alright, next step, select the paragraphs of text below the heading Internet and then apply the new multi-level list. So we had already applied that multi-level list to the list that we originally chose, and now we want to use that same listing for the information that you see here under the heading Internet. So I've chosen this. I'm going to go into this drop-down list, and this is the new list that we made right here. So I'm going to apply that there, and that applies that same formatting that we just created before. Notice that there's not a third level on this listing, so you don't see that number with a parenthesis on the end of it, but you see the first and the second levels there. Okay, next step. Select the text box containing the text cell phones, and so that is up here. And so we're selecting that whole text box there. And then it says to rotate the text in the text box 270 degrees. So we're going to go to Format, and then we're going to go to Text Direction, rotate all text 270 degrees. And that's what I just did. Then change the height to 0.9 inches and the width to 0.4. So here's the height up and down. And we're changing that to 0.9, and then we're going to change this one to 0.4. And now you can see cell phones there. And then we're going to remove the outline of this. So we're going to click on Shape Outline and No Outline, and then it looks like it's just floating there. You don't see the borders around the edge. Next step, select the photograph image on page 2, and that's this image right here, and change the height to 2 inches, apply the Paint Strokes Artistic Effect, and apply tight text wrapping. So first of all, we want to change the height to 2 inches. Notice that this tab opens up when I have the picture selected, but I need to click on that to activate it. And we're going to change the height to 2 inches. Notice that it also increased the width. We weren't told to make any changes to the width, and let me show you a little something here. Please pay attention to this because you may want to know it in the future. What it says right here is that the aspect ratio is locked. That is, when I make a change to the height, then it automatically adjusts the width. If I ever wanted to do these independently, I would uncheck that box, but only if I wanted to change one without changing the other automatically. So maybe that'll help you understand that a little bit. Again, that's under this dialog box that you see right here. Okay, so back to our task at hand. We changed it to 2 inches, and we're going to apply the Paint Strokes Artistic Effect. And so that, I believe, is somewhere over here. Seems like it was. There it is, Paint Strokes. And then apply tight text wrapping. So wrap text is right here, and we're just going to click on tight. And next step. Okay, with the picture image still selected, precisely position the photograph on the second page with an absolute horizontal measurement of 4.5. This one, when I was practicing on this a bit earlier, it was a little bit difficult to make stay where I wanted it to stay. That is, when I put in 4.5 inches, it kind of wanted to jump around a little bit. Let's work on that. Alright, so we're going to go to Position, the drop down arrow, More Layout Options, and this is where you get your exact positioning. And we're going to precisely position it, absolute position, and this is the horizontal measurement. And actually the wording down here is a little bit off, because what it says is precisely position the photograph on the second page with an absolute horizontal measurement of 4.5 inches from the right edge of the page. This actually says to the right, but we're just going to use that. That's just a miswording, I think, down in our instructions. We want to change that to 4.5. And then we want the vertical position to be 4 inches from the top of the page. So we're going to change that to 4. It says below the top of the page, so we're going to leave it as page there. So we have 4.5 and 4. I'm going to click OK, and there we go. Now it just happened that it held this time because I've practiced a bit on it so that I wouldn't waste a lot of time trying to get it to do something for you, for your viewing pleasure. Okay, move the insertion point to the beginning of the document, and a good way to make sure that you're all the way at the beginning is when you're up here in your document, you can hold down the Control key and press Home, and then we're going to insert a page number in the header. So I'm going to go Insert, Header. This has always seemed to be the easiest way to manipulate these headers and footers to me. And so I'm going to go into Edit Header, and then we want to put a page number in the top of the page, and we want it to be the plain number 3. And now you see it's here, but our instructions say that we do not want it on the first page. It says at the right margin on all pages except the first page. So to get rid of that, what we do is we click on Different First Page. And miraculously, that removes it from the first page, and places it on the second and third page as you see there. Alright, take your time when you're watching this. You may have to watch it several times with those concepts, but I want to make sure that you get those down. Let me know if this helps you.